The Weaver's Gift. In a quiet village nestled at the edge of a silverwood forest, there lived a little girl named Elara. She was no different from the other children, except for the dreams that wove themselves into her mind each night. In her dreams, she saw patterns, threads of light and shadow, dancing together, creating tapestries of things she could not yet understand. One autumn evening, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting a soft amber glow over the land, Elara wandered into the forest. She felt a pull, as if something or someone was calling her. The whispers of the trees led her to a clearing, where an ancient oak stood taller than any other. At the foot of the tree sat an old woman, her hands moving gracefully through a loom that shimmered with threads of light. "Who are you?" Elara asked, her voice barely a whisper. The woman's eyes gleamed like the first light of dawn. "I am the Weaver," she said softly, her voice warm and kind. "I weave the threads of fate, past and future, seen and unseen." Elara stepped closer, mesmerized by the tapestry forming in the loom. It was like nothing she had ever seen, colors that didn't exist in the waking world, patterns that shifted and moved as if alive. And then in the center of it all, she saw her own face. "But why am I in your tapestry?" she asked, feeling both curious and uneasy. The weaver smiled gently. "Because you are the one meant to carry my gift." Elara's heart fluttered. "A gift? What kind of gift?" The weaver beckoned her closer, her fingers still weaving effortlessly. "The gift of seeing the threads that binds all things, the threads of choices, consequences, and the connection between all lives. You see, Elara, every action, every word is a thread in the great tapestry of life. With this gift, you will be able to sense these threads, to understand how one choice leads to another, and how the smallest kindness or cruelty ripples through the world." Elara felt a soft warmth bloom in her chest, a mixture of awe and responsibility. "But what will I do with this gift?" she asked, her voice tinged with uncertainty. The weaver paused for the first time, her gaze soft but steady. "You will learn to weave your own life with intention. You will understand that even in the moments of doubt or darkness, you have the power to choose your threads. Threads of love, hope and courage. And with time, you will teach others how to see these threads as well." The girl's mind swirled with possibilities, her heart racing, but one question lingered. What if I make the wrong choices? What if I pull the wrong thread? The weaver chuckled softly, the sound like the rustling of leaves in a gentle breeze. "There are no wrong threads, Elara, only paths you have yet to understand. Every thread teaches you something, and all are needed to complete the tapestry of your life." The weight of those words settled over her like a comforting blanket. For the first time, she didn't fear her future. She didn't fear her mistakes. She understood that life, in all its beauty and uncertainty, was a tapestry being woven moment by moment, thread by thread. As the night began to fall, the weaver reached into the folds of her robe and pulled out a single silver thread, glimmering in the moonlight. "This is for you," she said, placing it in Elara's hand. "Whenever you feel lost, hold this thread and remember that you are always weaving your story." Elara bowed her head, her fingers closing around the gift. "Thank you," she whispered, feeling the warmth of the thread pulse in her hand. The weaver smiled once more before fading into the night, leaving only the tapestry of stars above and the sound of the wind weaving through the trees. As Elara walked back to her village, she felt the world around her differently. The rustling leaves, the distant laughter of children, the soft glow of lanterns, all threads, all connected, all part of a greater whole. She smiled, knowing that her life was hers to weave, one choice, one thread at a time.